All right, so it's got some Ohlins. Let's see. Can you see that? Some cartridges, 4 cartridges and spring. Let's actually look at the spring first. So these springs are for my rider weight. Remember, when you get suspension set up, you have to get it for your riding weight, not your body weight. You know, riding weight means you're fully geared up, helmet and everything. So these ones are meant for my weight, and their range is the range is about a 20-pound range. For example, my riding weight is 160 pounds, approximately, maybe a little bit below that, but about 160 pounds. And these springs are rated between, the minimum is 150, maximum is 170. So I'm right in the middle, which is perfect actually. If you're not, if you're right at the borderline, let's say you weigh 170 pounds, you probably don't want to get these springs because you're right at the maximum of it. You probably want to, it's best to probably go the next spring up, because if you get these springs and your riding weight is 170, you have to set your preload pretty much at maximum to use these things, and it's not a good idea to set preload at maximum. It's better to have preload at minimum than it is maximum. So anyways, so that's the springs. Let's see what else they come with. Just whatever, and some stickers. All right, so let's look at this. It's the cartridge. So here's the manual. Comes with some stickers. Comes with 2 different manuals. I think this one is just sort of a general manual for their cartridge. And one of the important things about Ohlins is that they recommend you using their fork oil. Their fork, they call it the fork fluid, 01309-01. So that's the one for the fork oil. Their fork oil is a little bit different from other types of suspension fork oil. That when you look at suspension fork oil, even though let's say you look at a 10 weight oil from whatever brand, let's say 5 different brands, they all say 10 weight. Their actual viscosity is slightly different. You have to actually look at the actual specifications. So the Ohlins has their specifications a little bit different from everyone else. So anyways, yeah, and actually on here they actually tell you all the various spring rates as well. What's available within the weight range. All these different things, how to put it together and everything, check the oil and all that stuff. So that's the general fork manual, and this one right here, this one is a specific manual for this particular model number. Right, is that right? Let's see. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so this is the general one, and this one is the specific one for the particular model number. And it sort of tells you more or less the same thing too. But it's, again, it's specific for that cartridge. And the cool thing is in the back here, they actually have a thing right here that tells you how to set up your fork. Here it actually has it within. It actually shows the spring rate that I have, and it tells you about where to set it up at. At the fork level, oil level, how many clicks for the rebound and preload and everything, and compression and preload and everything. And this graph right here tells you the oil level, how it feels at the given stroke. This is the stroke length, and this is how much force there is at the given fork oil level. So the more the higher up the oil level is, or the shorter the oil level measurement is, that means that the oil level is higher up. So that means it's basically going to be firmer, versus when the oil is lower down, a higher measure amount from the top to the oil level, it's going to be softer. So that's cool right there. I like it. I like that they did this. A lot of companies, they don't do this, and you kind of have to guess quite a bit. And this one, at least, it gives you a starting point, and from there you you tweak it, give a little bit more or less, and for the most part, it's pretty good. And I find from my experience with using Ohlins in the past, I find their numbers are pretty good. I only have to click 1 or 2 clicks away from what they recommend, and it was pretty much perfect. So yeah, let's look at the cartridge itself. So I think one cartridge is the rebound side, and one other side is the compression side. So here's the bottom of the the fork. Right, all the damping rod, all the parts, and blah blah blah. This is only installed by authorized service center. Basically, that's sort of the lawyer tag right there, to keep them from liability if you screw up. And yeah, so that's basically their cartridge right here. Let's see. So yeah, so look at this in here. This one's actually this big nut out here is the preload, and the little one in there is neither the rebound or the compression. So I'm not sure this one is rebound or compression. Oh, it's rebound, REB, rebound. So rebound is going to be on the right hand side, right? The throttle side, and the other side is going to be the compression adjustment. It's good that they did that. Better forks will have rebound on one side and compression on the other. Usually, I've seen fork cartridges where they put a rebound and compression adjustment on one side, and the other side doesn't actually do anything, and that's kind of spoofy. That's just too much work for one cartridge to do, and it doesn't work as well. Performance-wise, it doesn't work as well. So this side is actually it's just the same thing. And on here it says, right, the outside nut is preload. Then the inside it says comp, meaning compression. And really, the only two difference between these two is how the oil flows, the oil circuit, how it flows. Otherwise, outside of that, they're actually identical. So actually, I ordered some. I ordered some of that cartridge fork oil, so that's not going to be here for like another week or so. So that's so I can't install this until then. This one doesn't say it. This one actually shows right here how the circuit flows. So this is the circuit, how it flows right here. This side is let's see. This side's left side is compression. As the fork compress, this left here is this fork compressing. This right side is the fork expanding. So this one here is compression fork, and this one's the rebound, compression, rebound, and basically that shows the oil circuit flow, how it goes, and basically everything's the same for the most part. It's just a matter of where it flows, and where the orifice are. The rebound side, the orifice, there's an orifice down here for when it's compressing, and this side over here, basically which passage the oil flows, the oil circuit basically, and the actual little damping valve itself, it's how it works is basically it's how it's stacked. it's kind of it's basically just kind of reversed. So it's basically, think of it as a check valve, that oil only flows one direction and out, you know, it flows into this direction and out here, versus this one, it's kind of the opposite of that. Is when it's compressing, the rebound doesn't work, right? So basically it just bypasses, you know, it bypasses, so it doesn't actually go through the valving. But when it rebounds on this side, it actually goes through the valving, and this side doesn't, and it bypasses. So that's all that is. So anyways, just a little video of what I got. So I don't have the rear shock yet. I actually ordered the rear shock at the same time, but they were out of stock. Ohlins USA is out of stock, so they won't have any in stock for at least another couple of weeks. You know what I was told. So when you order this cartridge, the cartridge itself and the springs are separate. They're not, you know, the same. They're actually two different items. So usually when you order the cartridge, you order the cartridge and you pick out what spring, you know, for your weight, and the springs are extra, and the springs are about 150 bucks on top of the cartridge. The cartridge is like how much is the cartridge? The cartridge I think was cost me $11.50, and the springs was $150. So basically the whole thing is $1,300. Yeah. So there you go. In another week or so, I'm gonna put this. You know, when I get the fork oil, I'll put this together, and I'll do a video on installing it. I might not video every single minute of the installation because it's gonna take a while, but I'm gonna just go over it briefly on what you need to, what needs to be done. All right. So thanks for watching.